everyone, it's Bob Perkins with AISP's Inside Sales Studio with a special guest today, Kurt Shaver. Kurt, how are you?
Hey Bob, doing great today.
It's good to see you again. We've worked with you over the years with Vengreso. In fact, we're going to be together at the Leadership Summit in April. You're going to be there, and we look forward to seeing you. In fact, you're hosting a panel on like large accounts, enterprise, and even global accounts. In fact, you and I have been talking about some trends we're seeing. What are you seeing out there, especially as it relates to some of these larger inside sales teams? Any trends?
Well, we're certainly seeing lots of things like team selling that's going on. And, we focus a lot, obviously, on digital selling techniques. So we're real focused on a lot of the tools and how those tools are applied. Probably one of the biggest things right now is finally, LinkedIn has really taken this attitude of integrating. So they are integrating with like all these tools, not just CRM tools, but just like all these other kinds of tools to sort of bring that contact intelligence to whatever particular tool. I mean, we're doing this on Zoom now. You can plug Sales Navigator into Zoom, for example. So I think that Microsoft influence on LinkedIn, now that it's 2.5 years old. We're kind of seeing that promise because, everybody in our sales world is always complaining like, oh, I have to go to this app and then I have to click to another screen to this app and another screen to this app. So I think just that integration is kind of really happening and making it easier to navigate, these large accounts.
As I talk to some of the leaders at large accounts, and I'm sure you hear the same thing, social kind of came on big, and then people were wondering, is it really going to deliver results? And they kind of were out there in limbo a little bit. It seems like in the last year or so, there's a renewed interest in things like you just described, LinkedIn and social. And that's what your company does. Are you seeing the same kind of renewed interest?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of new technologies, right? They go through that curve of like the hype, and then it kind of dies down, and then it settles and it hits a groove. I mean, when it comes to using social in your selling, I think the latest research out of CSO Insights, Tamara Schenk published a blog article where they did a lot of research. And the takeaway from that is that of their study, companies that had high adoption of social selling, and they define high adoption of at least 75% of the reps are doing it.
Yeah.
So the companies that had high adoption, their win rate on opportunities was 50% higher at about 62% than the win rates of companies that had very low social adoption, which are just a little bit above 40%, right? So whenever a sales leader is asking me, does this work? I say, well, according to the CSO Insights, it's probably the definitive sales research company out there, right? Win rates of 50% higher, that's pretty good.
That is really good. I mean, if you look around and you single out some of the high performing reps, no doubt they're very active socially. So look, relative to the summit coming up in April, you've been there for several years. You've been either an attendee or been there speaking or what have you. You're going to speak again, host a panel this year. Tell the viewers, why the heck do they need to get to Chicago in April for the summit?
Well, first off, all the snow will be melted.
Yeah, perfect.
We know that.
Yeah.
The Cubs are in town that weekend. But beyond that, I think to me, the biggest benefit out of that conference is always the people, right? It's the networking. It's the learning from other people. That is far and away the biggest benefit for me. And there's so many just great people there. Not just thought leaders that are on the consultative part of it, but practitioners that are bringing that real world experience of what they're doing with their sales teams. So that is number one for me. Yeah, obviously the sessions, the educational piece that you get directly from the sessions are fantastic. You guys always have a great awards party. I remember dancing out there on the floor.
There you go.
To some sweet sounds. So I think it's great networking, great education, a lot of fun. You can't miss it.
Look, that's great, and we even listened to the feedback over the years, and we've changed some things for 2019. We're doing actual practitioner case studies, one after the other. So there's going to be some great learning and a lot of fun. We're counting on getting 1,000 leaders there for the summit. So we look forward to seeing you. The Vengreso team you'll have some of your teammates with you as well?
Yeah. We'll be there in force.
All right. I'm sure a lot of the attendees will look forward to talking to the Vengreso team as well. We look forward to seeing you in April in Chicago. Thanks, Kurt.
See you there.